Hey folks, I am Kevin Iole from Yahoo Sports, and one of my favorite fighters to interview, I don't know if it's Daniel Cormier or this guy, the UFC lightweight champion of the world, the GOAT right now, I think, the king, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib, how are you, my friend?
Thank you. Good to see you, Kevin. I'm good.
Good to see you as well. You are on Fight Island doing a little coaching and getting ready October 24th for the fight that everybody is really excited to see, you against Justin Gaethje. So let me start with this. Are you a little surprised that it's Justin Gaethje you're fighting and not Tony Ferguson? Did you expect Justin would be able to do to Tony what he ultimately did?
I'm a little bit improved. Not a little bit. I'm very impressed about his last victory. Like before the fight, I think honestly it's like first maybe 2 rounds he have chance, and if he knock him out, Tony Ferguson, and after like my mind, I think he gonna make him tired. But everybody see how improved Justin, how he make very smart fight, how he's like he improved a lot. I'm very impressed about his footwork, about his timing on boxing, about his leg kicks. It was great performance from him.
The thing that a lot of people talked about was how in fights before, he kind of went too fast and sort of, was over aggressive and left himself open. Did you see that difference in him where maybe he dialed it back a little bit and wasn't leaving himself open for shots from his opponent?
Yeah, like I think his coach gave him great plan for beat Tony Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
This is my opinion. I think like we remember like after second round or after first round, his coach tell him, hey, like take off from your shot like 10%. You're just trying to kill him. Please touch, punch. It's like he gave him very good advice, because on his foot, on his like clean boxing, he was very good, and he was much faster than Ferguson. He was much his punching accuracy was very well, and he gave him good advice, because he tell him you have to fight like you have 15 more minutes. That's why you have to take off a little bit from your punch, because you're trying to kill him. Right. He give him very good advice, and Justin Gaethje follow him, and I think that's why he win.
I don't know if you've seen any of the ads the UFC's been putting out to market this fight, but one of the things I think is really interesting, I wanted to get your reaction to, when Joe Rogan goes to interview Justin and he takes the belt off and drops it down, and Joe said, "You don't want that belt?" And he said, "No, I want the real belt fighting Khabib." And I wonder, when you see that, what your reaction is to that.
Well, I respect his mind, because he don't want to be interim champ. He want to be a real champ, and of course everybody love UFC belt, and it was very good promote for his next fight versus me. But anyways, if you champion, you don't want to be interim champ. You need real belt, and this is how real champion thinking, and I think it's not bad. I'm good with this.
You were the interim champion one period. When you're interim champion, you're going, so you're putting yourself into his mindset because you were there before. Do you feel like, he's going to have to step his game up even more than he did before, because, he knows that there's one more rung to climb on that ladder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think right now he have good energy. Right now he have very big motivation, and like before Tony Ferguson maybe think, oh, maybe I'm gonna lose, maybe I'm gonna win, because he take this fight like three weeks before the fight.
Right.
And right now when he beat opponent like Tony Ferguson, this has give him confidence. This is give him experience. This is give him like he believe himself more than before Tony Ferguson fight. Right now he understand this is biggest fight in his life, and he gonna do everything what he can. And I have to be careful with this, because he's very hungry. He young. He's not like 37 years old like Tony Ferguson, or he's not like GSP like 40 years. He 32, 31. He's young like me. He hungry, and I have to be careful with this.
Obviously things are different in your camp now with your father's passing. How did you prepare at the beginning of camp? I know Javier Mendez wasn't there the entire time, so you prepared yourself largely in the first part of your training camp. Was
Yeah.
that difficult, and or did you bring in some coaches in Russia that helped you?
Yeah, it was very hard. It was very hard. My training camp, I stay in village. I stay in my home. I training twice in the day, and sometimes I don't understand what I'm doing. And it was very hard time for me. It's very hard. Like first my half my training camp, like beginning my training camp, it's like August, all August and a little bit July. It was very hard, very tough time. Like even now, of course, I'm still thinking about him and what we can do, Kevin. What we have to keep going, and like only patient help us. That's it.
That's life. It's sad, very sad, but that's life.
Yeah.
I know in talking to Javier Mendez a lot, he said that he felt a really close, bond with your father, and that he and your father shared a similar philosophy.
Yeah.
So does the fact that Javier has that kind of, thought process that your father, does that make the transition easier from a fighting standpoint, because they're saying the same things and they believe in the same, fundamentals?
Yeah, like they have like very simple, very similar thinking about MMA, about all mixed martial arts, and because they was almost same age, and they both of them they was old school style. They all the time say to me, "You have to do this, you have to do this." Like even father, even coach have, and and sometimes I think, oh, okay, but sometimes I'm not agree with these people, with these guys. With my father and with Coach Javier, but I say, okay, I'm gonna follow this. I'm gonna do this. Okay, if you guys think it's gonna help for me, let's go. And when I always believe these guys, and even if I don't agree, I do this. Like that's why I'm here. I'm undefeated. I'm the champion. I'm gonna defend my title third time after 11 days. Sometimes you don't like something, but you have to do this. That's why very important, listen to your coaches, listen to your big brothers, and because a lot of people and a lot of mind, like everybody think different, but you guys have to be together and give good advice. If someone give you good advice, you just have to follow this. But for me, because I have my mind, coach he have his mind, father he have his mind, and always like something like very small things like different, but I'm thinking different, they think different, but they told me, hey, you young guy, you have to listen to us. For people, you champion. For us, no. Just follow this. I said, okay, I'm gonna follow this.
That was one of the things I wanted to follow up on and ask you. Historically over the years, maybe more in boxing than in MMA, father-son combinations didn't do really well, because when the son became successful, he became sort of the boss, and it didn't work out. You, in a way, humbled yourself, right? Because you never said, "I'm going to be the boss." You always continued to let Abdulmanap and Javier be the boss.
Yeah.
Was that something that you consciously thought of?
This is like father philosophy. Okay, even if you champion, even if you black belt, even if you have gold belt, you can't be boss. You never can be boss. When you keep competition, doesn't matter like where you compete. Like even if you compete high level, you need boss. You have to be with your coach. You have to be with your father. Like my father was for me like coach, brother, friend, like everything. And he never let me be a boss. He say, when you become boss, you're gonna lose. This is very dangerous things. You have to stay in your mind white belt always. You have to learn always, because like people mind, like athlete mind, athlete body, this is unlimited. You can improve yourself to unlimited, like never is gonna be limited. You can, like, even if you become like 32, 33, 34 years old, you champion, you can improve something. Okay, it's gonna be leg kicks, it's gonna be knee, it's gonna be your timing, it's gonna be your punching, wrestling, conditioning, top control, grappling, work with middle of cage or very close to the wall. You know, it's like a lot of things. You know, and that's why I cannot be boss. I cannot be. I never be gonna be boss because I don't like this. Of course, for my small brothers, for my kids, I'm gonna be boss. But for my coaches, like how I'm gonna become boss, and it's never happened. You know.
I wanted to ask you that though, because let's take Zubair Tukhugav's fight. You were working in the corner then, and it was a fight. I think you would agree he probably could have won, maybe should have won that fight, and it kind of fell away. So you're acting as the coach in that situation. Does it help you as a fighter because you sense the frustration as a coach, right? He's not necessarily doing what you want him to do, and does that help you as a fighter when you go back and think about it later?
Yeah. It was very good experience for me because like I'm flying to Fight Island. I see everything about how cutting weight, how weighing's going, how fight, like how they warming up in hotel. Then 1.5 hour before the fight they move to arena. Like I see everything. This is very good experience for me. I'm very happy I was there. Like if you talk about Zubair Tukhugov, like this fight, when you have like this close 3 round, you can't lose last round. Last round most important than first round, and that's why I told him, hey, I don't know what's the score. Maybe 1-1, maybe 2-0 you winning, maybe 2-0 you losing. You never know because judges like sometimes crazy.
Right.
Be careful. This round you have to win. Please push. It's like what happened. It is what it is. Now we can change nothing, but it was very good experience for me. Very good.
I want to ask you one of your teammates kind of been in the news the last couple of days. Ali Abdelaziz, your manager, has actually written checks for $100,000, $200,000 checks to Tony Ferguson to fight Makhachev. As far as you know, is there anything to that? Do you think that may happen? As far as you know?
I think I don't think Tony Ferguson gonna take this fight because too soon, and maybe because of money, maybe he can take, or maybe someone like Cowboy can take this fight. But anyways, I told Islam, I've been in your situation 5 years ago when people talk about like, oh, we don't know who this guy, but right now all these guys trying to mention my name and for promote themselves. You understand? And I told them, hey, don't worry, just keep going, cut your weight. UFC gonna give you opponent. Doesn't matter who. Beat your next opponent. Become 7-win streak, and nobody can say nothing to you. And they have to. They gonna fight with you. Just be patient. Be patient. Right now he have like position. It's like he's very tough guy. Okay, he's ranked not very high. He's like 12, number 12 in lightweight division. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't know this guy. Of course they know him. How you don't know Islam Makhachev? If you in MMA, if you fight in this division, of course you know all your top 15 guys. But they say, oh, I don't know this guy, like Michael Chandler. He say, I don't know him. But who are you? Who are you? Two fight ago, featherweight knock you out. Featherweight knock you out. Then your your contract is finished, and you're very lucky. Like then I give you a contract. Now you talk about I don't know guy who has 6 win streak in UFC lightweight division. And it's okay. They're gonna talk about him. Like believe me, trust me. After 1 year, they're gonna try to find. They're gonna try to make Islam mention their name because they really wanna promote themselves. But after 1 year, Islam gonna be top 3.
Kind of where you were after you fought Daryl Horcher, right?
Yeah. So when I fight with Daryl Horcher, I supposed to fight with Tony Ferguson. He have injured. Then I can't find opponent like 9 days before the fight, and I sent all of the message. Hey, where are you guys? I'm here. When I injured, you guys talk too much. When I'm here, what happened? But like time change everything. You just have to be focused. You just have to be in always, train, cut weight, make weight, and every opponent who give you UFC, just smash him, and that's it. And everything gonna be good.
I know this is a big fight for you. I don't want to look ahead too much, but obviously Dana White's talked about you coaching on The Ultimate Fighter with Conor McGregor. You've now, I've heard said you're not going to do that. You wouldn't want to do that. And I'm just curious. Fans were excited when the rumor leaked out that it may happen. Why don't you want to do that?
For what?
For coaching on The Ultimate Fighter against Conor. Why not?
Because I finished with him everything. I smash him, pit tap. I smash him. I beat him in every round. It's like no question. Only because of money. This is only money fight.
Right.
But big money, big problem. I'm good. We never eat more than one bread in one day, right, Kevin?
It's true.
How much
some of us eat a little more than others.
Yeah, it's like how much money you need like for living very good life for next 30 years. How much money you need? What do you think? Like 50 million or 15 million?
15
even if you're 500
would be good.
But it's like next, but you never know when you're gonna die too. You never know. Maybe 35, maybe 45, maybe 75, but you never know. That's why let's living this day. Let's living this life this day. I don't want to think about what's going to happen future. After 10, 11 days, I'm going to fight with Justin Gaethje. And after Justin Gaethje, who else? Conor McGregor. I beat him already. Why I have to fight with him? You have to come back and be busy. Tell him, be busy, and that's it. And I don't think he ever going to deserve this title shot because he's not focused, drunk too much, smash all people, He don't deserve my attention. Like, give him, like, coaching with me, Ultimate Fighter or something like this. Forget about him.
So I guess one of the things I would ask you is, you've been supposed to fight Tony so many times, and it's a fight that people were excited to have and to see. Do you think that Tony would ever be in your future, given how many times the fight? I know it's nobody's fault, but the fight's fallen apart so many times. Do you think that fight will ever happen, or do you think you've moved on from that and it'll go in a different direction after this?
Everything can happen if he come back and show us a couple good performance. Why not? Why not? He's gonna be always there. He's tough opponent. But only one thing, the Kevin, like when you fight in lightweight division, when you're 37 years old, it's very hard to compete with high level guys.
Right.
It's very hard, But maybe Tony can do this, but I don't believe. After like this, when you take like this damage, like he take last fight, it was like crazy damage. You see his face after fight inside the cage. It was like I don't believe he ever gonna come back.
He won't be the same because of the beating he took in the fight.
Who knows? We'll see.
All right. Well, let's just wrap up on this. How have you thought about how many more fights? There was a talk that 30 fights was going to be it for you. You're 28-0, which is an unbelievable record. Are you still open-ended, or is 30-0 going to be it?
Honestly, I don't know. 30-0 is gonna be great. It's looking good. Like, sounds good. 30-0. Okay. It's like it's gonna be great record. This is like Mayweather in MMA. 30-0. We'll see. I'm very close on this. What do you think? If I beat Justin and one more guy and become 30-0 and finish career, what do you think? Where are you gonna put myself in legacy?
Well, I think right now, and I know Malki Kawa, who is the manager of Jon Jones, disagrees with me. I have you right now as the best fighter in the world, and Jon is number 2. But I have Jon as the greatest pound for pound champion of all time, and you number 2. So I think that long term, I think Jon's still ahead of you because he's had more more big wins. He's beaten champions over the years. I think he's beaten more elite champions, but on recent performance, I think you're over him. So I would say, that if you beat somebody like Justin, who is a high level opponent, and then, whoever may be next, whether it be a rematch with Poirier or, somebody in that line, or if you take a George St. Pierre on, that you're going to go a long way toward maybe catching Jon in the all-time status. And I wonder, do you care about that?
Yeah. Like, who knows? Like, it was like, okay, I finished Justin Gaethje and I finished one more guy, like dominate. I think my name is gonna be like always in history, you know. And I think it's like already my name is gonna be
Of course.
history, because 2 years ago what happened, it's never gonna forget. Like even after 50 years, people gonna watch this fight and people gonna be impressed from this fight, you know. This is like when Muhammad Ali and you know, it's like
Frazier.
Muhammad Ali, yeah, when Fraser fight in Manila, you know what happened. Like never people forget it like this fight. And you know, I'm already in history, but I need legacy. I need legacy. I want very good legacy. And for legacy, Justin Gaethje is a great opponent right now.
Right. And, you know, I'll end with this. You know, you mentioned Floyd Mayweather. He's 50-0. You also mentioned something that I agree with, you know, when you talk about, hey, Conor was just a money fight, right? But you've talked and you've been open and receptive to the idea of potentially boxing Floyd Mayweather. What would that be other than a money fight? So, like, aren't you contradicting yourself, Khabib, in a way? Because on the one hand, you're saying, well, I don't want to fight Conor because it's a money fight, but yet you would be willing to fight Floyd Mayweather. And what is that if nothing but a money fight?
Like Mayweather, more exciting fight for me. You know, it's like Mayweather is a new challenge. Mayweather is one of the greatest of all time. And, you know, 50-0, you know, it's like, I don't know, like always, like every month people call me and they ask me, you're going to fight with Floyd Mayweather if we pay you $100 million? It's like crazy. Hey, please give me. I want to be focused on Justin Gaethje, please. You know, it's like every month people, just some people from Saudi Arabia, from Emirates, from a lot of countries, like always try to make contract with me, you know. And we have a lot of ways, and it's like crazy. I say right now I'm UFC fighter. Please give me, I want to be focused on my career in UFC because I have contract. I sign contract. I have to follow contract. I have to be loyal with these people because like 8 years ago, I signed with these guys contract, and these guys give me like almost everything what I have in my career. But right now, I don't wanna be like snake. You know, this is not my style. Please, if I finish contract, okay, we're gonna talk. Or if you have question, please talk with UFC because I have contract with UFC.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting if you pull that off. Khabib, I appreciate you so much. Great job today. And obviously great job up to this point in your career. Best of luck against Justin Gaethje on October 24th on ESPN pay-per-view here in the U.S.
Thank you, Kevin. Take care. Take care of yourself.
Be well, my friend. Thanks, Khabib.
See you, Kevin. Thank you.